What up? Welcome into the Smokers Haven Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Z, here with Coop.
Yeah.
And not Andy this week.
No, he is
4th of
turned
July.
into a Care Bear today.
Got his replacement over here. It's going to be quiet, but
He's here for moral support.
we're going to do a Superflex draft on Underdog today. The puppy.
But Superflex.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July early to anybody listening.
Yeah.
Or late if you listen after Friday.
Yeah. Well, Friday is the 4th, so.
Yeah. So if you listen after Friday, it'd be a late.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July. But
So
go America. We'll go Coop.
249 years.
Yep.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
Right. So the big news was Darren Waller unretiring and then getting traded to the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, that followed the other big news.
Oh, yeah, with
Jonnu Smith
Jonnu
getting
Smith
traded to the Steelers.
getting traded to the Steelers for Mika Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Oh, but it was also
And somebody else. I forgot who the other guy was.
no, it was a corner. Was it Ramsey?
Jalen Ramsey. There you
It
go.
was it was
Yeah.
Ramsey and
Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu for Mika and a pick. Yeah.
So, yeah, some big trades early in the offseason. Definitely a little different.
Sucks for Fryermuth.
Yeah.
Sucks for Jonnu, really.
Well, not really, because he's back with Arthur Smith. So
True. Arthur Smith does
Bill-
love him.
So it sucks for DK Metcalf is who it really
Probably.
sucks for, because that's going to be like 60 to 80 of his targets gone.
Sucks for everybody who took Jonnu with their Tua stacks.
Yeah, that too. So,
I had a
yeah,
few of
because you no
those.
longer have a stack.
Nope. Don't have a stack with him anymore.
But that's the gamble you take, though, when you do draft a lot.
True.
Early.
And
So,
early. Yep.
Anything else? I don't think we had anything else this week.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
It's just the two
Not
trades.
football related. Let me pull up the screen share. We'll get into this best ball draft. Again, we're doing the puppy, but Superflex on Underdog. Got 20-second picks.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just did away with the 30s. I don't.
Oh, I guess the 49ers quarterback did get arrested on obstruction charges, that Lenore guy.
Oh, I thought you said quarterback at first. I was like,
No.
what?
Purdy.
It's like, I
He was
didn't
having
know
a frat
that.
boy moment. Nah, he sounds like he's a pretty good dude, so. You ready for me to go to the screen share?
No, because it won't let me pull up the draft board until it actually fills, apparently.
Oh, I gotta enter too, huh?
Yeah, it should be under active now.
Waiting on one?
Waiting on one dude, yep.
I almost forgot to get in.
These fill up a little bit, well, not a little, a lot faster than DraftKings. Otherwise, we'd sit here and do a DraftKings one since we haven't
Done one yet this year.
Unless they put a lower dollar draft out again. The $10 one just takes forever to fill.
Well, I ended up at pick 8. Looks like you're at 6 there. Should be.
At least we're not back to back, but
Right.
hey, it's close enough.
Yeah, gonna be snagging each other's people.
Yep.
And again, this is Superflex, so at least you still kind of have a shot at. One of the
Yeah,
higher
if
end
somebody
players.
skips a quarterback.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have to decide: do I reach for Mahomes over Chase, Robinson, and Barkley? Because if you don't get a quarterback early, it really sucks.
Yeah. If you don't get any of those top 5, honestly,
Like you got to have 2 or 3 by round, I don't know, 7 or 8.
at the latest.
Then because then you're down to just taking backups and hoping they get a chance.
Or a Giants quarterback, which is the same thing.
Pretty much. I've been going Russ and just counting on him being the guy for the year.
Which he probably will be, but
And I've been going Daniel Jones over Richardson.
noticing, looks like we got a few red badges in here. A couple other black badges. Looks like I might be the only one without a badge.
Pick 3.
Oh, pick 3? Oh, okay.
But yeah, then, yep. You two are the only ones. That's what you get drafted in June or July.
Yeah.
July 2nd.
So when Allen, Jackson, Daniels, as it probably should.
Most of the time, it does start off 5 quarterbacks. Every once in a while, Burrow gets skipped. Not this time. So I'm down to the decision again.
Reach or take one of the stud skills.
Yeah, because I don't pick again until 19. All right, we'll just go with ADP. I'll take Jamar. We'll see how this goes. I've reached on Mahomes before, so I'll do something different this time. Probably not going to like it.
Well, I'm going to follow suit, but I'm going to go ahead and take Barkley. Just because I'm not a Mahomes.
I know you wanted Bijan there.
I did, but I was pretty sure he wasn't getting to me. But after that, let's see.
I think Barkley's a better pick.
We'll see. Yeah.
If they would give Bijan the full load, like if it was him and Algier's stats together, fantastic. And Barkley basically gets all the work, unless they're crushing.
Yeah. Mahomes at 9, Jefferson at 10.
But that will pull up that.
Oh yeah, now I can screen share.
See if it pulls it. Should.
There it is.
Yeah, let me expand that. There it goes.
So after that,
Okay, yeah, Bo Nix at 11. He followed it up taking Baker with his next pick at 14.
Lamb at 12, Gibbs, Mayfield back to me. I'm going to go ahead and take your boy.
Yep, bastard. I was hoping he'd slip.
Well, you knew I wasn't taking the next one.
I'm going to take your boy. Snag up Caleb. I really would have preferred Murray, but I actually think Caleb's going to finish in the top 8 this year, so I don't mind having him. A little preview on the rankings. I think he's going to have a good year.
You hope.
New offensive coordinator. He's got a lot of weapons. The number 1 pick. He's a good quarterback.
He had a lot of weapons last year, too.
He did.
Now,
different offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Apparently, their other
and he's
one
a
was
rookie.
Dum-dum.
Gotta learn still. We'll see.
We'll see. It depends if he can realize that he can't hold on to the ball for 4.5 seconds.
He's my second highest owned quarterback, just behind Murray. I take a ton of Murray because he goes so late.
Yeah, especially in single quarterback
You're getting a
drafts.
rushing quarterback that easily has potential of being in the top 5.
And especially when you're getting him in round 8 or 9.
Or 10, yeah.
8, 9, or 10, yeah.
Late 90s for picks. That must be round 9, so yeah. That's where I take him, round 9 over and over.
Well, I could also see it like the end of round 8 if you're worried or something like
Yeah,
that.
or you got McBride or Marv.
Yeah.
Get the stack there just to guarantee it. Because even there, I think he's a steal. Right. Like, I don't think he should go after Mayfield. I think he should go before Baker. Baker's good, but the rushing upside's not there. Such an advantage. All right, coming back a couple picks away.
So what's the bye week 8? So I can't go after Goff. Goff is a no-no anyways.
So it's gone.
Lawrence.
All right. That's tough.
That is
Like,
tough.
I want to take Drake May, but I think I'm just going to take Amon-Ra.
Damn you. I was kind of hoping you were going to
We're
go.
going to see. I'm going to get screwed at quarterback here.
Because I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, God, I can't have Lawrence. Fuck it. I'll still take him just because I think he's a stud.
Did you go receiver too?
Yep. With BTJ. I just,
How much that? We're gonna see what happens here because I got 9 picks before I pick again. You must have 7.
7.
We'll see if there's any quarterbacks left to get that second one. I did one of these where I only took 2. I was just like, screw it. But that's probably not going to do very well.
Yeah, it's tough when you don't have. That dude already has 3 quarterbacks. Holy shit. He's got Nix, Baker, and Jordan Love. What the dude?
I don't mind starting the draft off with 3 quarterbacks.
That's crazy, though.
I mean, you guarantee one of them's on the bench every week except bye weeks, but
yeah,
it's an advantage too, though.
I went McConkey, so God, I'm gonna go ahead and homer it up.
I don't mind that, not in the least. I was gonna take Bowers, but he's not there. All right, do I take your other boy?
Go ahead. You have the worst quarterback duo in the league. You got QB 31 and 32.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it just so I can beat you with a team that has Caleb Williams and Bryce Young on it.
And when you finish in last place, because those are the 2 worst quarterbacks all year.
Well, blame Andy for liking Bryce Young so much.
And Caleb Williams.
I like Caleb too.
Yeah, you guys both been on both their dicks, and I'm like,
sure.
nah.
I haven't been on Bryce Young like Andy has.
No, not it.
I like Caleb, but yeah, Bryce Young, we'll see. He started showing something at the end of the year, but
again, it was the end of the year, and most teams, and I think our defense just said, fuck it, and didn't care to try to play that last game.
Both got 2 quarterbacks. Both stackable.
Yeah, it's hard to get a stack with Penix unless you take London really
I take
early.
Pitts late.
Kyle
Kyle Pitts. I take Kyle Pitts
Pitts
really late. But if you think he's going to get traded, then maybe not. Mooney's a decent one too.
Yeah.
And then
he always seems to go like 2 or 3 picks right before me because I'm always looking at him and being like, oh, that would be awesome. Nope, there he goes.
with Kyler, when I take him without having McBride and Marv, which I do a lot because if he's there, I have a hard time passing on him in round 9. I end up just taking Michael Wilson.
Yeah, and usually you can get him super late.
Super late.
And I mean, for the guy that's the number 2.
Yeah. And still youngish.
Yeah.
Still developing. There goes Marv and Hill. All right. Next up.
And there goes Sam Darnold.
One of my favorite tight ends of the year. Between him and Kittle.
Oh, you're such a dick.
Right.
I was really thinking like...
Oh, yeah, shit. He wasn't going to get to you.
Hey, you're an ass.
I didn't even think of that, taking their stack.
Yes, taking my stacks.
I've been leaning into elite tight end this year. As long as that one is been McBride or Kittle.
Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and take Kittle here.
I don't mind it.
So I like that value over what I see at wide receiver at this point and running back.
And I think Kittle's a lot better or more fairly valued in this setup than he does in the normal drafts, the single quarterback ones. McBride goes in round 3, and Kittle doesn't go till like 4 or 5. They're like way too far after. Should be right by McBride. And Bowers should be right by him too. He just goes too early.
People overdrafting. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's what happens, but
yeah, because he had such a good rookie year.
Yeah, everybody's super pumped thinking
like,
he's going to do the exact same thing.
Well, maybe he does the exact same thing. That
maybe
was 12.9 points a game or something like that.
But it's a new quarterback, new offensive system.
In half point, he was flex number 35. So out of running backs, receivers, and tight ends, he was the 35th ranked points per game.
Which is sick for a tight end. To be in the top 36.
But you're drafting him with the second round pick, taking somebody who's 35th. There's plenty of players below that. You get a positional advantage for sure, but I just think he's overdrafted.
Well, kind of a positional, because again, if you get really any of those top 3, they're kind of all in that same category.
Yeah, but only 3 teams are going to do that.
Get that positional advantage.
I think I actually have one team where I took McBride and Kittle. I don't think that's going to probably work either. But I was like, that'll be interesting. Take double elite tight end and see what happens.
Got a chance at a good flex every week. So
yeah, a decent flex. But got a chance at a really good tight end score every week.
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
Oh, you're on the clock.
And take Devontae. I haven't taken a lot of him, but I think he could still have a solid year being paired with Stafford.
There's a chance he has a better year than Puka.
Yeah. That is a good chance, too. It's just one of those things. It's hard to know when.
I mean, he's probably a better receiver.
If he's cliffed or not, to where it's just like, yep, he's old now and Jerry racing it, just tagging along.
I almost reached just to get DJ Moore, but
Jesus, 4 quarterbacks?
Did that?
This guy, Burrow, Goff, Stafford, and Darnold.
Like, he took 3 guys that have week 8 buys. That's funny.
Freaking idiot. But
if you're gonna take 4 quarterbacks, you'd think you'd want 2 every week at least. But yeah, get all your buys out of the way.
Right. His running backs are Henry and Mixon, and he has no wide receivers.
He's gonna regret that.
Yeah, he's gonna be struggling because not having any wide receivers at this point.
I'd rather not have any running backs right now than not have any receivers.
Exactly. There's a lot more middling running backs than there are middling receivers in this kind of area of the draft, to that 6 to 9 spot.
Yeah, yep. You can take a lot of shots at running back,
and you're still getting at least solid value for what you're taking. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Like I said, I mean, either that or else I'm wondering if he has it set like an auto thing. Maybe. I doubt it, but it's just crazy. Another
reached
guy
a little on Darnold, but the other ones he took basically right at ADP. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that Philly Bird
I'm interested
gang.
to see what his team looks like at the end.
Yeah, that Philly Bird gang also has 3 quarterbacks now as well. I just saw that. Like, geez.
I know it's not going to happen, but is DJ Moore going to follow me?
Probably not.
Probably
not. Huh? Maybe.
This guy has no receivers. He did fall to me. Holy shit. I almost took him with that last pick. Last second, I took Smith and Jigba. I have a hard time not taking the ADP value. Smith and Jigba was 4 picks after ADP, and DJ Moore was 10 picks. Well, 6 picks before ADP.
Go ahead and do this.
One of my favorite running backs for the year. Where he goes. Where he goes.
I mean, if he's going to be the man there, I'm completely okay with it.
I think it's going to be 2-headed. I think it's going to be him and Roshan doing the Montgomery and Gibbs thing. Probably not as good as those two, but
no. But it's one of those things. If he's going to get used in either role, I like it. So
I do too. Yeah, absolutely. I think he'd be in the Gibbs role.
Yeah, so it's going to be your more
Roshan
explosive.
would be in that
Montgomery
like goal line type pounder, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that works out here. Coming
up. Hope this bullshit goes away by Friday. Go enjoy the 4th of July.
Right. Allergies are never any fun. It's bad when the whole earth is basically trying to kill you.
I don't even have allergies. My sinuses just hate me. I wish I had allergies. I took an allergy pill once, and holy fuck.
It just messed you up.
Oh, man. I was like tripping. Like, I definitely don't have allergies, because medicine shouldn't do that to you if it's actually working. Pain pills don't mess up people who are actually in severe pain.
Jesus, somebody took Tyler Shug already. There was A-Rich.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to end up with 2 quarterbacks, I think.
I might take one more, but...
Yeah, I'll take one more, but it's not going to be a starter at this point.
Right. So I'm like, in this point, why are you wasting picks then on things that aren't starters?
Yeah, I'm not doing it for several rounds.
Go
Grab
ahead.
grab somebody like Shador or Kirk Cousins or
Yeah, somebody late that maybe gets a chance.
all right, now I'm deciding Quinshawn or Caleb. Let's see. Which rookie do I like better? I'm gonna go Quinshawn. Just because I'm pretty sure Jalen Warren's gonna get a lot of the receiving work. I have no idea how Cleveland's gonna split things up.
No.
I have no idea.
Nobody knows.
They have,
I mean,
they have like 4 running backs there.
4 running backs, 4 quarterbacks. I mean, it's just. I'm sure they have probably like 18 wide receivers.
They do have a shitload of quarterbacks too, don't they?
Yeah. Because you got Pickett, Flacco, Gabriel, and Sanders.
Yep. And they'd have no idea who they're going to go with.
I was surprised when they even traded for Pickett. I didn't really understand that. I was like, really? Kenny Pickett?
I would have bet on Flacco, but yeah, the fact they traded for Pickett tells me maybe he's going to get the shot.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to
and
think.
Then the rookies, I mean, Shador was rated above Gabriel on pretty much every draft board.
Yeah.
But they took him way later. So draft capital wise, Gabriel's way ahead. It's weird.
It is. And the fact that, I mean, Shador is probably the better quarterback. I've seen Dylan Gabriel play. I watched him at Oklahoma. I watched him at, I think it was Oregon. Was it Oregon? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's good, but he's improved by the players around him. He doesn't make them better.
And was he a second rounder?
Third, I think.
Yeah, if you just look at quarterbacks in general, if they're not a first round pick, they usually don't pan out. Most of them aren't Brady.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of those.
And Sanders should have been a first round pick. I think he talked himself out of it.
That and a lot of people I don't think wanted to deal with the publicity.
That's what I'd say. Yeah, he kind of talked himself or, acted himself out of it by the way he handles things and just the media around him. And like Tebow would have stuck in the league a while longer if not for the crazy media frenzy around him. Teams aren't going to deal with that for a backup quarterback. They're just not going to.
No. Like, no, dude, you just need to be quiet, be on the bench. And
yeah, like we don't ever want to hear from you unless the starter goes down. We definitely don't want a media frenzy where we're going to ask questions about you constantly. And that's what's happening with Shador and will continue to happen in Cleveland.
Which is sad. It's just like, let the guy earn his job or whatever. And then
it's similar to LeBron's kid. It's like NBA wastes second round picks on people who never make the league all the time. And not like they used a high pick on the guy or something.
Yeah, and those are what now, 2-way contracts or something like that?
They're not guaranteed.
Yeah. But
they did guarantee his, but
yeah. But I think it's still like a 2-way contract.
Oh, they can send him down. They do send him down.
Yeah.
But it's like, just let these guys
But it's
play,
better for him. At least it gets him a chance to still play at an upper level.
Yeah.
While
it'd be cool if the NFL had like a minor league type deal.
That's kind of with the United or whatever.
Yeah, they want it to be. My last pick, I took Pacheco only because he was a lot later. That might be the first time I've taken him. I don't believe in him at all. I don't. I saw him play at the end of last year, and he looked awful. Like, I loved watching him run before that. But
granted, he was coming back from a broken tibia or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of injury. I forget what it was.
It was exactly something with his leg. So some of it may have been just rust and that. So we'll see what happens and what he looks like after the offseason.
All right, we're going Jalen Warren.
Jalen Warren
gives me 3 running backs now.
That's where I'm
at. The 4 receivers.
2, 3, 4, 1.
2, 3, 4, 1. Are the same, huh?
Yep.
That's funny.
You got Jaden Reed after that. There goes Evan Ingram.
I like the teams other than we don't have a third quarterback, which could be rough.
Right. Well, depending on what happens, you and Andy have both been pretty high on Milroe too. If Darnold doesn't work out, there's a good chance Milroe gets a shot.
Yeah. He definitely could. He's athletic as can be.
Yeah, it sounds like they probably will have some packages for him, but I don't know. That to me, it's kind of obvious when you take out your starting quarterback, be like, oh, they must be doing a run play with this quarterback.
Yeah, if you're not going to throw with them at all, then it does become very obvious.
But at the same time, maybe you can trick a team though by doing something like that, bringing him in and being like, oh okay, they're running, nope, boom, deep pass, catch them off guard.
As long as you're willing to throw with them.
Yeah, and trust him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you trust that he's not going to do something super dumb.
Get it?
That's what it's always scary when they let non-quarterbacks throw. It's like, oh my god.
Well, unless you're what was his name that played for the Bengals and the Mohamed Sanu.
Oh yeah,
I think he ended up like 12 for 12 in his career.
Really?
With like 6 touchdowns.
That's funny.
It's crazy.
Let's see. I like Najee. I've been taking some Javonte Williams, just in case he ends up being the guy. But I'm going to go Ayuk. Meaning you want a lot of points at the end. I think by the end of the season, Ayuk will be back to being the wide receiver 1 on the team. Getting a wide receiver 1 in round 11, I don't mind.
I'm going to go ahead and I'll take your boy Javonte.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Somebody's going to win out in that backfield.
Yeah.
I
don't
really see him being a team that splits it. So,
and as a 4th running back option, I'm okay with it. So it's just a flyer.
If he ends up being the guy, I mean, he's going to go for 1,000 yards and some touchdowns,
which is pretty good for end of round 11. So
I hope it's Jaden Blue just because I have a ton of him.
There's a lot of people that are like that.
I got like almost 30% of him, I think, on my teams because he goes late. Just snag him.
Right. And so many of these teams with like extra quarterbacks, but like no running backs. That guy has Gibbs and Hall. His wide receivers are absolutely stacked, though.
I think my receivers are stacked. Chase, Amon-Ra, Smith and Jigba, DJ Moore, and Ayuk.
I like mine. BTJ, Adams, Devontae Smith, and Jerry Jeudy.
Mm-hmm.
Solid 4. I like yours has a lot more high end because especially with Chase, but
yours are Thomas, Devontae, Adams, and Smith. Judy's the question.
Well, it's
because he looked good last year.
Yeah.
The
question is what is the quarterback situation in Cleveland?
Well, he never looked good in Denver.
Yeah.
And then he looked good last year, though. So maybe if that's not a fluke and he's just found his footing, yeah, he could be a really solid pick. Wide receiver 1.
What is Pittsburgh's
round 11 is tough to find.
Did you get Najee?
No.
Or do you have any Pittsburgh players? Jalen. What's their bye week?
5.
Okay. I was just making because
and they play Cleveland.
I was thinking about taking Jonnu here.
Make sure I'm right. I'm pretty much got these down. Yeah, Steelers play Cleveland. I got him and Judkins as a Week 17 stack.
Go ahead. Take Jonnu. Get my second tight end.
Ayuk and DJ Moore. Niners and Bears. That's a Week 17 stack. And so is Jamar Chase and Trey McBride.
Yeah, I haven't been able to stack a single person yet because you stole the first one.
Well, as far as stack, I think I only got DJ Moore.
Well, and you took my stack, asshole.
I did. Not on purpose, but.
Oh, you did it on purpose. But it was good value at the time.
I'll take Michael Pittman. Not sure about Indy. I think, though, if Daniel Jones is a quarterback, they'll be okay. They're not going to be great, but
no,
they'll
at least
be able to complete passes and stuff.
Well, and I think Daniel Jones will look a lot better because, let's be honest, the Giants' offensive line was about as good as a wet paper bag last year.
Not that Indy's is great either.
No, it's better, though, than...
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of targets to throw at. Josh Brown, Pittman, and then you got Alec Pierce and Adonai Mitchell. So he's got weapons. Tyler Warren at tight end, Jonathan Taylor.
He has plenty of weapons. It's just going to be a matter of can he actually do what he's supposed to,
I
not
only
throw it
doubled
to
up
the
one
other
bye
team.
week. I didn't try to do that. Oh, I can die over here.
No dying on the clock.
All right, I'm up in 3 picks.
Yep, so I'm up in.
I'd like to get Trey Benson. He's still there. Otherwise, I'll probably take blue. Oh, with the burdens too.
Tootin' Grendo Mims. Got your choice.
Yeah, I'm just going to do the stack again. I'll take Luther Burden. My highest owned receiver, Romo Dunze. But Caleb's my second highest quarterback, so I've got a lot of Odunze.
Benson. Of course, Benson goes right before.
See, I was nice and left him for you, and he still took it.
Damn you, Jim Stone. Oh, come on. There. Well, I was taking him anyways. But it auto-picked. I was like, come on.
Rashad White.
Yeah, I was trying to scroll, all of a sudden it just went shoot.
He's another interesting one. Yeah, Bucky did it last year. He looked all right, but I mean, Rashad White still had like 50-some catches, I think.
Yeah, he's still he's a good running back.
Good receiving back.
He is.
Kind of a terrible running back.
I mean, he has his big plays, but it's just
he's a better receiver out of the backfield.
He is.
But even in half point, that adds up.
Yeah, it's an extra 25.
He scores a touchdown, so all of a sudden he's in your lineup for that week. So.
Or something happens with Bucky, and boom, he's got
yeah,
a
he's
full
got
workload.
a lot of they call it contingent value. If something happens to Bucky, and all of a sudden he's the RB1 again.
Yeah. Well,
that's the same with the Dallas running backs, I think, between Javonte and Jaden Blue.
Or are they going to bring in Sean Tucker again and have him start stealing carries?
Yeah, I don't think they're high on him. He's okay. I think he's just a backup. Remember, everybody trying to draft him.
Yeah.
Thought he'd be the sleeper guy.
Well, he's a sleeper. He's asleep on the bench.
Stay asleep. You're up in 2 picks. Got a lot of tight ends and running backs coming up.
Yeah, and I need really more wide receivers than anything.
Yeah,
I've got 5.
This area of the draft, it gets slim. Got Kyle Pitts coming up, though. That could be your stack.
Be my first one. Give me 3 tight ends just in case. Why not? I like it.
In the 20-round draft, I don't mind ending up with 3 tight ends, even if one of them's an elite tight end.
Yeah, because it's just pot shots, just in case. Hey,
I didn't even see that you had taken Johnny.
that's why I was asking what Pittsburgh's bye week was. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't 14 with Kittle.
I like Eckler. I'm going to take him, but I also like Roshan here.
You get the stack with Roshan.
Yeah, I'm going to take Eckler. I think he has a chance to take over. I mean, he's not going to get all the work. They're going to use Brian Robinson, but Eckler being the receiving guy, and we'll see.
See what happens.
I like Eckler more than Robinson, and he goes way later. And I've taken a ton of Roshan. Taken a ton of Bears players in general. Loveland's my highest owned tight end. Odunze my highest owned receiver. Caleb second. Running backs are probably up there somewhere. At least Roshan is. Swift goes a little earlier than I end up, so I don't got quite as much of him, but Roshan going so late, I end up with quite a bit.
And it's always variant based on if people go chalk or not, or if somebody
and
starts reaching.
How you're building. If you already have
Enough
so many
running
at that
backs,
position.
yeah, you're not going to keep piling on something you don't need. Like that one dude that has 4 quarterbacks.
I've done a couple where I only took 4 running backs. I took 3 like really good ones, and then I just took one really late.
Yeah, this guy, I still can't believe you take 4 quarterbacks. Like, why? Why are you taking 4 quarterbacks? That's just, you're killing yourself. So he's got, so his top receiver is Jaden Reed, Cooper Kupp, Shaheed, Mims, and then Adam Thielen. Ouch.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of really any of these players right here.
Yeah,
this is Braylon Allen and see what happens.
Kind of a pot shot.
Yeah, and Brendan Strange is interesting. He could be okay. He looked decent, but yeah, Fryermuth's sunk now. Gesicki, they just have way too many other weapons. I like Wandale, just because the amount of targets and receptions he gets. They throw at him constantly. It's not very many yards, but
That's still just sitting here looking at all these people that have 4 quarterbacks. Like, you guys are idiots.
yeah, we'll see. We might be idiots.
I just don't see how it's beneficial to have that many quarterbacks. At least the one guy kind of has it right. It's 2 weeks, 16s, and both. Well, he's got Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart, and then JJ and CJ Stroud. So at least that I kind of understand.
The issue you're guaranteeing that 2 of them are on the bench every week, except bye weeks. But for your playoff weeks, 2 players are guaranteed not to put up points for you.
And one of them's probably not even playing.
You want to limit the number of zeros you have. I mean, yeah, you want some depth too. I'm going to grab a quarterback eventually.
I'm taking mine before you, so.
Yeah, I won't take mine. Hopefully you don't take mine. Mine is not Kirk Cousins. So hopefully that's who you're taking.
You can take Jameis, aren't you? I'll leave you Jameis.
That is who I like to target when I don't get a quarterback. I still think he might get traded to the Saints.
I could see
still
that.
A possibility. Holy tight ends at the top.
They've already got 3. I just don't see the need for another one. So
that's a crazy amount of tight ends at the top.
Kate Otten probably being my favorite of that bunch. 1.
Oh, I just noticed right at the end.
Too late.
Doubled up my bye weeks there.
So now you gotta take another tight end.
I was taking a third anyways, but if he's still there, I want to take Jatavian Sanders. Just to make sure I get somebody with Bryce.
In case he hits 1 or 2 touchdowns this year.
There really isn't much else that.
Or doesn't
receivers go a little earlier with Leggett. He's interesting for this year.
Well, and then they've got Tet now.
Thielen. Yeah, they got
old man Thielen. Hooked on a Thielen. Coming up in 5. You're up in 2 now.
Well, if he stays there, I'll take Sanders here.
So we're getting down to what, our last 3 picks here?
Yep. Grab Sanders. Let's see how far Fryermuth falls.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen. Usually Mason Taylor's gone by now too, as well. I've noticed he's still out there.
I wouldn't take Fryermuth at all.
Just in case, we'll see what happens.
Don't take very many backup tight ends.
Take Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, I mean you're just not sure in that Cleveland backfield. So
yeah, and at this point, it's all pot shots.
Know, so. Yep.
So. We'll see.
Plus, he pairs up with your Pittsburgh guy for Week 17 stuff.
Oh, yeah. With Jonnu.
Let's see, I'm saying 2573 or 3653.
3653. Come on, let him. Come on to me. Don't do it. Don't do it, Beaver Fever. Don't do it. Don't fever on that beaver. Okay, good. He didn't take my guy.
I was take my guy there for a second. Snagging quite a bit of that guy late. If he's a starting receiver.
There goes Freiermuth, finally, right after
Nope, he goes pick 212, huh? You have a Pittsburgh guy? No. Not sure why you'd want to take the backup tight end.
He probably doesn't know.
Arthur Smith has shown he uses Jonnu and then not the backup.
Well, because Jonnu is technically the backup, but he uses him like the number one.
Yeah, like the number one target on the team.
It's his favorite guy. Honestly, like I keep saying, like Jonnu's got to have something on him. It's like, got to use me.
I hope Jameis is here on this pick. I'm taking him if he is. I don't know, though. I'm a little worried one of these teams that have 2 or 3 is going to jump on him. Gabriel or Pickett would be decent if you had a lean towards which one would start, if either one.
Probably Pickett. And that's probably going to be in the early part of the year.
Famous Jameis. That's my guy.
Famous Jameis. I like Jameis
He has
because
a
he
chance to put up a ton of points.
Hey man, he brought Florida State a national championship, so I will always have a spot in my heart for that man.
He's a good quarterback.
Go ahead. Homer it up and take Ray McLeod.
He makes some really poor choices, but he can make throws too.
Yeah,
he can go downfield.
He's not afraid to let it go, which is some quarterbacks' issues. They won't throw it. They'll just hold on to it. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You gotta just let it rip sometimes.
The Saints should trade for him just to sell tickets.
Oh yeah,
they're not going to be good anyways. Might as well have Jameis out there and have some fun.
Well, no, because with Jameis, they're probably at least a 6 to 7 win team.
Yeah.
Without him, they have a chance at having the number 1 pick.
That's true. Get the legacy of Archie. Get themselves Arch Manning.
Get the grandson of the guy that was their best quarterback up until Drew Brees.
I could see that. I could see him tanking for that. Well, they don't even really have to tank. They just they don't have a quarterback doing what they're doing. So.
Yeah, I mean, when your best quarterback
is it Rattler or
Tyler Shug?
Yeah, Shug. Yeah.
So it's gonna be obviously a camp battle. It's just a matter of who wins out. God, I really want to take Devin Neal here, but I don't think I'm going to. I take the guy I've been taking a lot of. Give me that booty.
Did you take booty? Yeah, I'm going to take the guy I take all the time at the end, if he's there. She always is.
I'm going to have to get something from
Isaiah Davis.
SDSU boy. Need to get some the Boondocks things for booty that I'm here for man booty. Like Mr. Chris Hansen.
That Isaiah Davis. There's a guy in my Reddit league who earlier in the offseason said he's their best running back. They're going to use him. I was like, you know what? If he's been right more often than I'd like to admit, jerk. But if he's right, I'll have to give him some props on it because I've got a ton of Isaiah Davis overall in my 200 drafts. I probably have at least like 70 to 80 shares of Isaiah Davis.
So about
Yeah, 60 to 70, somewhere in there, like
probably
30
close,
some percent.
Yeah.
30 to 40%, somewhere in there. Now, DraftKings, I have him in over half.
Oh, jeez.
20 round drafts, I end up taking him in around 20 all the time.
So, sorry, Mohamed Sanu was 7 of 8 in his career with 4 touchdowns.
Still, that's a pretty solid rating.
Yeah. 233 yards, no picks. He did have 1 sack.
Go through your team. Who you got?
All right. So, quarterbacks, we got Kyler Murray, Michael Penix, and Kirko Cousins. Running backs, we got Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, Travis Etienne Jr., Javonte Williams, Rashad White, and Dylan Sampson. Wide receiver, we got Brian Thomas Jr., Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Quentin Johnston, Jalen Noel, and Ray McLeod, and Kayshon Boutte. And then tight ends are George Kittle, Johnny Smith, and Kyle Pitts. Just go to full screen here.
All right. I've got, starting off at quarterback, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Jameis Winston. I mean, I could be fucked right there. Yeah, I don't love that. Quinshon Judkins, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Austin Eckler, Braylon Allen, and Isaiah Davis. I do like that. I think I'll get decent points out of those. A lot of receiving guys in there. My receivers I love. Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra, Jackson Smith and Jigba, DJ Moore, Ayuk, and then Pittman, Burden, and Thornton. One thing I forgot, though, I probably took too many, is receiver you only start two in a flex instead of 3 in a flex. My receivers are stacked, but maybe 2 stacked. I should have probably taken another quarterback. Tight end, I got McBride, Strange, and Sanders.
Well,
yeah, I probably fucked at quarterback.
Well, how many people took like 4 quarterbacks? I mean, that dude ended up with 5. Jaden, Dak, Shador, Spencer, and Pickett. That's not so bad, but he's taking about a bunch of pot shots at the end.
What we did. We took 2 and then just took 1 more and hoped. He's like, I took 2 and then we'll take 3 gambles.
That dude 4.
Drafting for best ball, you're better off drafting like you're right. Especially if you're going to do a lot of drafts. Instead of taking extra at positions and stuff just to be sure, taking handcuffs and stuff just to be sure. If you're drafting a bunch, just draft like you're right. Hey, I took him here. He's going to be that good. I don't need to back him up with someone.
I didn't see that. Somebody actually took Zach Wilson.
Where is he?
Miami. He's the backup, technically.
I mean, he sucks, but if you're going to take a backup quarterback somewhere, that's not a bad one. Tua's showing a propensity to get hurt. Well, we've just seen nasty ones with Tua. So.
Yeah.
I've seen something where he hasn't missed a ton of games in comparison to anybody else. His has just been aired on national TV so we could see him get really nasty concussions.
It's a puppy, but Superflex. So I forgot to change the name, so I was going back to.
Yeah, I got to do that too. Go back and look at some of these.
Today's the 2nd, right?
Yep.
Oh, what the fuck?
God damn it. I don't like the way my quarterbacks ended up there. I need Caleb and Bryce Young both to outperform. All right. Before I fucking die over here. Yeah, we're gonna start into rankings next week.
We will be
start with tight ends.
Doing both Dynasty and redraft.
Yep.
So if you're kind of curious, eventually maybe we'll put together a full spreadsheet and set it up or something.
Oh, something that we could throw up on the screen share.
So
that maybe they have something to look at other than us.
Yeah, because we know we've got the faces for radio, so
it's easier to follow along if it's on the screen. So
And next time we'll make sure Andy is so much quieter next time because we know he's been so loud this episode. But
yeah, have a happy 4th.
Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe.
I'm gonna enjoy it, sick or not.
All right, y'all. Stay high out there.
Always.
Peace.